this news itself. We have with us Samir Dhir, who's CEO at the company, joining in. Thanks a lot, Samir, for joining in. Just wanted to know, is this a new deal for you, or is it a renewal? Secondly, does this contract of 10 years mean that the revenue is split across those 10 years equally? And how soon does it start to reflect?
Yeah, hi, good morning. So yes, this is a net new deal for Sonata. It is the largest ever contract that we have signed of 160 million for 10 years. This is not an existing client. This is a net new client and a net new revenue for us for modernizing their IT infrastructure for their entire IT. And in terms of the revenue cycle, it will start pretty much immediately, as early as April, and then 10 years from there on.
Is it equally spread over the next 10 years? How does it work?
I think it's by and large spread equally over the next 10 years. Of course, there is some productivity elements involved in the course of the years, but it is by and large set up pretty equally spread out in the next 10 years.
So you roughly get about $10 million per quarter from this, right?
This is 160 million for 10 years. So yeah, so you can, it's about 20 million. Yeah, so you can do the maths from there. Yes,
just $4 million per quarter. Sorry,
$4 million per quarter. Yeah.
Samir, so just wanted to understand, since this is such a large contract, what kind of pricing does it fetch you? Margins, pricing, and with that, I mean, I just want to ask a broader question about the pricing environment in the international markets, in the US markets, given everything that's happening.
Yeah, no, so I think we're pretty excited about our proposition for modernization is really resonating with our clients. I think we talked about this to you guys earlier as well. I think clients are looking to modernize their infrastructure, their application landscape, movement to cloud, data modernization, and all this is in part of the engagement that we have, a contract that we just won. So in terms of the pricing, it is in line with the Sonata average. Of course, the first couple of quarters we are going to be doing transition, etc. But beyond that, it will catch up to the Sonata average profit margins.
Okay, so it's in sync with your margins. While obviously you were negotiating this deal and conversations that are happening, just want to understand if there is any hint of hesitancy, any deferrals that people are talking about, just in terms of investing into their IT architecture, given the kind of turbulence that we are hearing of in the US.
Yeah, I think our value proposition continues to be very strong. Like we said earlier, we are not seeing any significant headwinds at this point in time. Of course, there are some pockets for a few customers here and there, but by and large, the growth trajectory is very secular. And this deal closing out at this point in time in our favor is an example of that. We'd had a very stiff competition to win this bid, and we're very excited and delighted that our teams could get this deal home.
No, got that. Now, I think you have an aim to get to $500 million in revenues over the next 4 years, right? Samir, if you got the number correct?
That's right. That's what we'd articulated. In the next 3 to 4 years, we want to double our international services business, yes.
Okay. And that from what you've guided includes about $100 million to be spent on acquisitions.
We did not guide anything on acquisitions. We just said we want to double the company, the international business, in about 3 to 4 years' time, and we're well on a trajectory. I think the Quant Systems acquisition we announced a month back is going very strong.
I'm sorry. I think what you meant is to scale up acquisitions to the $100 million level. Is that what the thinking is?
No, I don't think we've said that either. Let me just rephrase it. What we had said was that we want to double the international service business in 3 to 4 years' time, and we're very consistent with our approach and our strategy to get to that point, and very, very bullish about that. As far as the acquisition is concerned, we announced Quant acquisition about a month back. We are very well pleased with the progress we are making on the acquisition, the integration, and the pipeline build with Quant teams. I think we're making good progress on that front as well, in addition to the largest contract we just announced.
Right. Samir, just 2 points before we let you go. We're running a little short on time. One is that your margins are at a 6-quarter low. Have we seen them bottoming out, or do we see some more pressure there? Secondly, on the Quant Systems acquisition itself, will the integration happen, or has the integration happened? Do we see an additional revenue bump up in the fourth quarter on account of this?
Yeah, so Quant System will have some marginal bump up in the current quarter because the acquisition got closed in March. So we'll see 2 to 3 weeks of revenue come into this quarter. And as far as the margin is concerned, I think our margins are pretty robust. We have always maintained that we want to be a low 20s EBITDA company from an international business perspective, and that's the trajectory we are on. And we want to sustain the trajectory go forward as well.
Okay, Samir, we'll leave it on that note then for this morning. Thanks very much for stopping by and giving us some details on the business and that big order that Sonata Software has won. We'll take a break on that note. On the other side, we take it back to the big headline of the day. Not just the mutual fund amendments. I mean, today is the day we'll have amendments, across the board for the finance bill. Insurance, mutual funds are the big talking points. Dinesh Kanabar, CEO at Dhruva Advisors, joins in with some thoughts.